Getting their feet wet with this new 5-man lineup, they shouldn't feel too bad about what just happened on Nuke because this is their map pick now. They have a chance to rewrite where this series is going.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ancient is going to be coming up, and yeah, they did just not really get properly started on Nuke, so they're going to have a second chance to do it right here, right now. GODSENT going to be starting on the T side with Movistar on the CT side. Second map, of course, in the best of 3. I believe the final map is Mirage, if we get to it.
Yes.
So that would be exciting. I'd love to see that. But they have to make it through this first stage to begin with. Lado was in the middle. Actually, a lot of pressure applied. He spots 2, and what a headshot. I don't even think he necessarily needs to keep up this fight, although now he can't really fall back, and Alex will find him. That's still a pretty big impact, and I like that start. I think he was set up with a flashbang. I think Taco threw that from T-spawn, basically. So he had a little bit of assistance in doing that.
Ooh, nice shot from SunPayus. He's going to hold over this long position. Another nice one onto Henny. Leaves just Doom out in the 1-on-3. Can SunPayus find a third frag in the round? Looks like it'll be Alex. 3 kills for him. And that's going to be a nice start for Movistar. Always Ancient, of course. Most CT-sided map in the pool. Really, really sometimes feels essential to win that pistol round on T-side when you're up against elite teams. But we are seeing GODSENT just kind of relinquish this one. They don't want to try to control the economy. They are simply sitting back with that flash. Taco seems to have some ideas with these flashes, though, so I'm never really counting him out of at least finding some damage. Not going to look for a round victory, but 1 or 2. That's all we're looking for, Anders.
I mean, this is one of our favorite things, isn't it? It's a $200 investment, and one kill here would have made the money back. Now, they're not going to get it, but
They got stuck somehow.
Yeah, they got stuck a little bit, but I still think it's really, really hard to argue against. It's such a minimal, throw into the round. You just need a little bit. Good hold, though, on the side of Movistar. They're going to be quite happy. I remember, I mean, this is a lifetime ago now, but I remember when I used to play sort of online Danish competitive cups in like 1.3 or something like that.
Yeah.
This was a huge problem that I had to deal with at one point. I had to, because I just became very silent when we were losing. Like, and that's, that kind of silence that everyone on the team can feel.
Yes.
It's so hard as a player, I think.
You're just brooding.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, great. He's angry. So you have to. That's a really hard thing to try and solve because you actually bring the whole team down. Oh, that's a very good trade right there. Taco trying to be avenged there. Barton going to come with a kill on Alex, and this is a great opening right now. A lot of speed behind this for GODSENT, and they should be able to get this bomb plant on the B bomb site.
Some excellent pace. Davy still holds on to the long position. Is he going to find an angle on a Henny there? Oh, almost. And there's still a smoke on Dumao. Curious where he decides to toss that, but he's pretty far back right now. And Movistar, they're testing this, but not going to find anything. I think one question, Anders, you and I had when we were looking at the demos of GODSENT before this was who was going to replace that sort of Phelps cave aggression? Yes. I think we got our answer in round number 3 here.
And what a hard thing to replace as well. There are not many players like Phelps out there who can be playmakers like that.
Yeah, that's kind of Phelps' specialty. That's one of the reasons why when he first joined the SK lineup with Fur, Fallen, all of them, it was almost like, well, now we have 2 Furs on the team. Yeah. What's going on? This is a little much, huh? But, Taco and Barton, they take up the point in Cave early on in the round, and they're able to find the trades. I like how just certain Barton is that he wants to take the fight. Running through a smoke right there. A lot of players say, you know what, let's look for something else. But on Ancient, if you have an opportunity for a trade, sometimes even if it's a 30-70, you just take those odds. You just have to, because getting any sort of footing on the T side, especially early on when the economy is fragile for the CTs, that's when it's incredibly powerful.
It's actually, the math is really rough you're right on this map, because it might be that the 70-30 kind of thing is actually, it's only going to get worse from here on out. So
exactly,
if you let him get away and he gets to throw up the smoke, then the rest of your team who are trying to come up the B ramp now have to deal with an extra player that's you just let escape, and it gets worse from there on out. So yeah, making the most out of maybe a bad position. There we go. Stickers.
Yeah, it's even got the ESL logo on it.
2-1. GODSENT finding that round. If they can win this next one, they've set themselves up really, really nicely. SunPayus holding the A-bomb side on his own. Alex alone in this B-bomb side at the beginning, and what a catch. Taco, absolutely. He could almost have won the round right here in this next kill. If he gets it, that might just be the trick. And, oh man, that MP9, oh, he's in so much trouble. Time to pack up and leave. Mopoz going to be a bomb plant on the other side. There's not much he can do to stop that.
Movistar already saving on this one.
Yeah.
Nice entry from Taco. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. Just running on up, finding timings like that. 2 rounds this early on Ancient. Still early days, but if you can go 50-50 on rounds, you're in a very strong position. So, well done. Almost curious for Movistar to kind of give it up so early, giving the T's this kind of... Oh, well... Yeah, giving them any kind of momentum, though, is a little bit dangerous. But we'll see if that comes back to bite them, or if Movistar know that fighting in the next round is the better option.
They were really far away. And I mean, I think interestingly, from the point of view of Alex, that is not that uncommon for people. The timing is amazing for Taco, obviously, but that is one of the, I think, better ways to win rounds on the T side of Ancient right now is actually to try and win that fight at the ramp. And just, you know, you can even I think you could defend throwing a bunch of rounds away just to do that. Even if you lose them, you're like, well, yeah, but if we get 1 or 2 kills in, like, it's good enough, basically.
It does feel like one of the better early round 50-50s,
yeah,
which is something that the Ancient doesn't have very many of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will say one thing. Okay, Barton tries to go for a fast play towards A, taken down by SunPayus. Probably not expecting the op to be here so early on. And there's still some pressure going that direction, but GODSENT finally having a round with multiple approaches simultaneously. And it works out wonderfully. Lato takes down Alex on the site. mopoz being held by Taco. Oh, doesn't quite hit the shot, but that bomb will be planted. And now Movistar, they're very out of position for this retake.
Yeah, once again, they had 3 people at the A-bomb side. Even after getting the opening kill with the AWP, they kept bringing more people in. They were probably a little bit too oversure that it was going to be some kind of an A hit, which, in fairness, when we were watching the GODSENT demos before the game, that's something that we did see them go A.
Yes.
Probably a little bit more than most teams. So it's possible that Movistar have watched the same games and thought, all right, we should be preparing for some A pressure early on.
And even look at the first 4 rounds prior to this one. A lot of kind of one-dimensional attacks coming out from GODSENT. Maybe they throw one person there for a mid sort of pressure play. But beyond that, it's been pretty much one note in terms of just coming up ramp as a group, coming through cave as a group. And Movistar probably, once again, read that GODSENT seemed to be going for these fast, single-dimensional plays. But that's just not the case. This is a little bit more dynamic in terms of the approach, and it's a little bit more what I'm used to seeing for GODSENT, where they have those multiple points of attack simultaneously. Anders, you related it to some other teams, kind of in the Eastern European region.
Yeah, VP, one of them, yeah. I think VP style is so interesting.
Yeah, and I think GODSENT is trying to emulate that sort of style, that they just have a multi-faceted approach in terms of where they can be attacking from. I think that without Phelps probably takes away one of those spearheads, but at the same time, this is maybe simplifying the approach for GODSENT in a way that makes it hard to read. And I think Movistar are, with the amount of timeouts we're already seeing in this game, they're wondering what kind of GODSENT are we playing today?
Certainly one that's off to a much better start than on Nuke. That's pretty impressive. Classic smoke coming down. Usually there's a follow-up Molotov. You can see it right there landing in front, so create a little bit of a gap. And Dumao, he's actually so quickly in there, but getting caught by Damage. That is, again, it's a pretty classic opening happening on this map on the T side. Something that we see a lot to try and get one T player really early in there. And it doesn't really work out so far. Let's see. 4 versus 5 deaths. Falling back a little bit towards the donut. Trying to see if he could find an angle with that AK. And they don't even check it. That is a massive risk. And Deaths, he finds the absolute perfect timing. And what a follow-up. 3rd kill of the round for Davy. And they get shut down. GODSENT, otherwise, actually, they get onto the A-bomb side. They just have no real estate. Yeah,
that's an excellent cleanup. They are all over it. Great crossfire between the Movistar players on top of that. And that's sort of the GODSENT. That's kind of the round we saw. We saw when we looked at the demos. The last time they played on Ancient, they sort of ran similar stuff against Team 1. They had a tough time breaking into this sort of site defense, but good response from Movistar. A lot of saved rounds, but finally they're back. They've got some money to work with. They've got some good weaponry too. 3 AKs on the defense. And Henny, he's had a very slow start to this series. This might be a round to get him activated.
Yeah, you would love to see that. Great position with the AWP. Almost had a chance there. Does give away his position a little bit. Death's nearly out of health. Has to try and escape. He's down to 8. GODSENT, though, he's actually moved so quick.
Wow.
They might not even realize. If he keeps going, oh, daviG, that is a very good read. You could have easily been fooled and assumed that he would have also fallen back in return, but not quite the case. 5 versus 3 at the moment. Looking good for the defense.
Yeah, we still got Lado towards that lane side of things. Movistar, despite the fact that they're in a 5-on-3, they're sort of pressuring that ramp. Nope. Just toying with the idea. And now Dumao and Henny looking for a contact play with Henny's op. Sort of just creeping into middle as Lado runs distraction. This is going to be tough to piece together for these players, but they are making their way into Donut, where there is a sole defender in daviG playing back on the site.
Only 30 seconds, so presumably by the time they show themselves here at the A-bomb site, it's not going to be that much time if they wanted to cancel it and go back to the B-bomb site instead. They're pretty much committed at this point, and they need a really good opening at this point. Oh, nice headshot. He's been coming up big on the defense over here, looking for more. That's the quad kill. And only 14 seconds. Lado, do you really want to give him a chance to ace the team already? It's early on in the second map here. He's already feeling really good about it. There's the kill on Death, and there's the ace for daviG.
Very good stuff. daviG is making that spot look so strong right now. And Movistar, they have taken the lead. 4-3. daviG already on 11 kills.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's feeling quite good about himself. 142 ADR at present. Not too shabby.
In terms of having this style where you're trying to create essentially multiple openings across the map on the T side, I mean, obviously the real trouble is if it starts to work even a little bit, it can be very hard for the T side to make a really good call. Whereas obviously if you rush the B bomb side, it's pretty easy to say they're really rushing the B bomb side, and that's it. Like, we don't have to do a lot of guesswork after that. But if there's a little bit of a little bit going on at A, and they're also kind of at B, and they're also kind of in middle, it just becomes very tricky to make really clear communication on the CT side, which I think could be very frustrating. But when it doesn't work and you get picked apart, like a little bit here in the middle, Dumao, whatever pressure you were trying to apply, it's gone. Same with Lado. Then you can get rounds like these where it feels a little bit more like, ooh, none of the attempts worked. Well, now what?
Right. It's a style that relies a lot on individual successes and also hoping that one little opening that a singular player finds creates another simultaneously. Yeah. And if that's the case, then it really can be one of the strongest styles. Obviously tough to piece together with less experienced players. mopoz is approaching their spawn right now, and Movistar are starting to feel empowered in a way that I don't think GODSENT are quick to recognize. This is a Movistar that, despite the fact that they saved multiple rounds in a row, is somehow still just pushing. He's walking through a smoke right now. This guy is shameless behavior coming out from mopoz, and he will be punished for his insolence.
That is justice, Mao, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little too bold, but maybe he's trying to send a message.
Yeah, I have no shame at all.
None.
Look at the scoreline for GODSENT. They have 3 rounds, which is pretty good, right? But Henny's got 0 kills. Dumao's got 0 kills. GODSENT just had his 2nd kill right there. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's Taco and Lado. And it doesn't have to be necessarily a bad sign, but they really need to get a couple of more people into the mix here. Otherwise, Movistar could be picking it up just a little bit too soon. 5-3 now. Yeah,
curious if GODSENT are going to just simplify the playbook a little bit. Those full-on site hits, the ramp timing sort of fights seem pretty powerful for them in the early rounds, but now the sort of walking multiple places simultaneously approach that GODSENT are trying to employ, it's not working in their favor as Movistar seem to have warmed up.
You thought about the idea that if you have multiple points of attack, one attack, even if it doesn't necessarily work, could create an opening somewhere else. And I think on some maps, actually on Nuke, for instance, we just watched, there is a chance that even if you don't get a kill, you could sneak a player behind the enemy line. You can sort of like, they can lose track of a T player and it can work anyway.
Yes.
I think that's very hard to do on Ancient, but the clean, the direct approach, Henny with a big opening there to take down SunPayus. That's what we like to see. Still a little bit of a distance away from getting the bomb planted because DaviG is right here looking over the smoke with Olado. He's snuck underneath him. He's, what a magical way to find a kill. How did he do that?
It looked like he went through 2 smokes that were barely touching each other. But nice flank from mopoz. This makes things very awkward for Dumao. Even if he was going to win that duel against mopoz, Alex was hot on his heels. And Movistar able to win yet another round consecutively. This is becoming very tough for GODSENT. That was one of their signature plays, the one where Taco with a sort of top mid smoke and some just distractions in that area go for an A play. And the chaos almost worked out for GODSENT. But this is a great proactive play from mopoz. That round, just the last one where he went into T-spawn, he's going to keep doing that. This guy's incredibly confident.
Why not? Still 6-3 is... It's not that bad for GODSENT. There's so much that could be done. Lado trying to do what Taco was doing earlier and getting that clean opening on Alex, which they did a couple of rounds. So why not go back to that well, even with the Deagles? They get denied this time, but... Can't really blame them for it. Probably going to be a 7-3 scoreline here by the time the GODSENT can start to pick up some more rifles again.
Oh, everybody on top of each other for GODSENT. Looks like they're just going for a little bit of a mid-flood. DaviG gets some aim practice, but doesn't quite hit the shot fast enough. Taco takes him down. And this is a strange opening for GODSENT to find. They have Henny in the middle of CT spawn at present, and he's able to take down Alex. Now, the flank is right there, but he can't connect. So
he must have known. Henny was jumping.
Yeah.
He must have heard him, but they were kind of acting like they just didn't even realize. They might be recovering the situation anyway. Not that much time, and that's the bomb, unfortunately. With 30 seconds on the clock, very unlikely that you can recover that bomb and get it to a bomb site in time. Deaths. Not the best spray, but it doesn't really matter. He's going to get the kill anyway. He was kind of the silent star of Nuke Deaths. He was getting so many kills on the side of Movistar. So off to a good start once again here. Barton on his own. Oh,
his teammate shot him, actually, which disturbed him, I think.
As obviously would.
Yeah. Okay, 5 seconds left, and Barton might die after time. This is going to be really close. Okay, takes him down. The time didn't run out, so he still is able to get that loss bonus, but either way...
7-3, 11th round. What have we learned so far from GODSENT? I feel like the surprise B-ramp pushes have been interesting, but they're hard to replicate infinitely.
Yep. The spread out approaches for them almost catching Movistar, but not quite. It feels like when there's a little bit more chaos on the bomb site, players like Lado can make some magic happen. But for the most part, I would like to see GODSENT go for a little bit more cave control, a little bit more of a concerted effort towards that part of the map, because it doesn't seem like it's been properly tested other than in round number 2, or round number 3, actually.
We'll see if they are going to be able to put that together. Nice smoke landing on top there. DaviG, though, he just doesn't care. Flashing his way through, trusting in the Molotov down in front, and just calls their bluff. Could still get caught, but he's got mopoz kind of nearby. He's outside of that cave because there's no pressure on that side of the map, so could still be a pretty powerful defense here in the middle. See mopoz not that far away. Oh, they're going to actually find a catch on him there. That's not bad. He was swinging in for it, probably called in by DaviG, but that's a great opening for GODSENT.
Not bad. Now, how do you convert the 5v4 if you're Taco? If you're in-game leading here, it's not an easy call, but there's a mid re-aggress coming out from Movistar. Henny, no, finds a headshot onto his in-game leader. Taco taken down. And DaviG is forced out. No, Henny doesn't find the kill either. Lado takes him down with the molly. 3-on-3 situation. Deaths is up close at A. This is such a tricky spot to deal with. And he takes down Bard. Very nice from Deaths. This just becomes so hard to dislodge him now. And GODSENT, they're just trapped.
Yep. And because he had the count from I guess, from Lado, or Damage going down. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, he had the count, so he knew he got that 1 kill. He didn't even check if anyone was there. He's like, no, I'm going to fall back with my back turned. I know exactly where the rest are. Communication,
Absolutely.
pretty key.
Yes.
They have nowhere to go.
This is just a weird game state for GODSENT. There's not too many excellent options, and Death just finds them with a reaggress. This was a good attempt from GODSENT, but I will say that shot from Henny just randomly taking out Taco, evening up the numbers. I don't know what to even make of that. This felt like one of the closest gun rounds GODSENT has had for a while.
Yeah, because the way that they built the opening was really good. And because it's such a CT-sided map, you're not going to get many chances for openings like that. So you kind of give one of the back. It's a bit of an issue. 8-3, 12th round is coming up. And they could put together a buy if they wanted to keep the pressure. They could apply some. But they're in a tight spot once again. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, you could see Taco there. He's making the call while looking right at the screen. Usually you want your in-game leader to look around. You want to make eye contact, but there's some frustrations in the GODSENT camp at present, but not something that they can't fight back from. Here we're going to see that TK from Henny. What does he spot? Okay, there is a jiggle there. It actually looked like Taco went past his crosshair, I'm not going to lie, but that is still in some ways inexcusable.
Yeah, hard to watch, but I'm glad that we got the replay. We appreciate it.
That's a good one. That's a good replay.
Let's see. Setting up again, a pretty broad spread. You see, oh, Barton, he's outside there. Yeah, SunPayus again. He's been holding that for a while. Able to pick up the kill. Mopoz, he goes down in return. So still a 4-on-4, but they're once again trying to apply some pretty broad pressure on the map right here. GODSENT, that is. Bomb outside of the B bomb site could wait around for some sort of aggression. Although Movistar are really far back on the map, aren't they?
Yeah, GODSENT, they want to pressure mid. SunPayus might just find a freebie right here. Almost a collab at that. Taco taking down a 70 HP. SunPayus, wow, bold repeak there, walking right into the angle, and Taco punishes him for it. That's nice. Doom out. He's playing for the punish now. Finds deaths. That's huge. A bomb site is ripe for the taking, but GODSENT, they don't know that just yet. And so they're holding their ground. Doom out, just the lone prodder at present. And he should be able to relay this to his team that this is free, as a matter of fact. But they're still being diligent about this, GODSENT.
Yep. Henny making a fair bit of noise running back, so I guess Davy, that's kind of his opening. You think, all right, I'm going to be ready to go. Alex hanging around CT spawn, so we'll see. It'll be so painful if GODSENT could not find a way to close this round. They've been gifted a little bit there by SunPayus, who kind of doubled down on that aggression in the middle otherwise, and maybe even Death's pushing out, right? They had a couple of gifts there to get into this position. They are walking away a bit closer. It's a slow retake so far. Trying to check every single angle, and there's quite a few of them. The Molotov in the back, and an easy kill for Davy taking down Taco, and it's going to be another one. Alex following it up. It's all falling apart here. Henny on his own with a Galil at range. He taps it nicely, and Davy comes out for the peak, and then he runs out of time. I actually thought maybe he would have had a chance to go for it, but instead, it will be a 4th round for GODSENT, a much-needed one.
The stick could have found something, but either way, GODSENT are able to put that one together. Movistar on the retake just takes a little, they take a little too long, but they weighed their options, and it gave them a very solid chance for success. That was as close as it got. If Henny doesn't win that singular duel there from Donut, then Movistar take it. If Alex just won that one more duel, that would have been it. But either way, GODSENT get another on the board, and yeah, the Movistar re-aggresses in the mid-round there, sort of, they don't go unpunished. And
probably a sign of confidence, right? You could see it in SunPayus, probably most especially. He was like, and I actually know I got that second hit. I'm going to go back for more. Being tested once again, throwing nades at him. But instead of falling back like he's done in the past, he's sticking around, catching a little bit of fire. Davy going to be there up front to try and help him in case they try to rush him down. Ooh, that's a dangerous reload. Lado coming for him, and a great headshot to take down Mopoz. You talked about that cave opening that Phelps usually would have been in charge of, but not a bad job this round, and it makes a huge difference.
This puts so much pressure on Movistar. have to keep eyes on this position. daviG, he wants some information in return. What? Oh, what a shot by Dumao. That is huge from him. And now GODSENT, that should be another round for them right then and there. That is an incredible duel to win for Dumao. He's had a quiet Ancient, but he was absolutely the star for GODSENT on Nuke. Couldn't come up with the victory on that map, but you can see that he's retaining some of that heat.
That is impressive. That's going to give them a 5th round. Suddenly, a lot is happening here after a pretty confident opening to this map here for Movistar. You've got to say, this could crumble pretty quickly. If they run out of cash, which they almost are on the CT side, they could end up going on a string of losses, which you can't really afford to do on this map, on the CT side at least. They're still out looking.
Oh, they could pinch him. They're getting pretty close.
Oh, might be running for it. Grenades around. That's a good spray. That is all worth it, and right through the wall. It's Dumao to take down Alex. Oh dear. 8-5 now. Starting to become a bit of a problem here. The Spanish team. That's good.
That's huge. That is huge for GODSENT's confidence. They need to get back into this game, and that might be the crowbar to open things up. If they're able to find that sort of cave pressure there, Lado, I love the individual just push. There could be 2 people there. There could be, but it's a calculated risk. It's one where there's almost no duel you can take on Ancient, especially early round where you're favored. So even though you know you're probably disadvantaged there in some way or another, if you see that sort of opening, you take it, and Lado is able to find the 5v4, and on top of that, creates so much pressure, and gotta give credit to Dumao too.
Yeah, what a difference. 14th round now coming up. They have the money, obviously. Movistar, different situation. 3 MP9s. Does that could suggest that there's going to be some more aggression from the CT side. Some attempt to try and put those MP9s up close. Ooh, yeah, Alex rushing down. Yep, all the way outside of B. Flashes around the corner. It's a really good start, but they run out of bullets at the end. And Lado with a double kill in return. It's absolutely brilliant. He thrives in the chaos. Chaos is a Lado. You could go real far with it. daviG on his own in the B bomb site. But, man, that, if not for Lado, that's probably a round lost right at the beginning. He actually brought it back, and now it's a 3-on-3.
This is a really fun game state. 3-on-3, GODSENT, they're just biding their time, waiting for Movistar to probably thin themselves out as they are. They're trying to reclaim some information here, and it's up to Taco to just call when the push is most ripe, when they can finally get onto the site, and it's probably going to be 1 defender at most. In fact, to their luck, it's 0 defenders. Although daviG is making his way back, so
and look at Deaths.
That's a potentially round-winning flank from Deaths. The timing on that should be great. Oh, this smoke it's not going to last forever.
Suspiciously empty bomb side of your GODSENT. You're wondering, where are they? Forced in by the Molotov. It's a really good idea, but daviG ready to fight. Henny's on his own. Good shot there, but he's running out of time. 25 seconds, and the flank is dead on for Deaths. So it'll be another round and 9 on the board for Movistar. I'd say it's fine to not have, find a more or less a weakly defended bomb site. When it's completely empty, it does make you think, doesn't it? You're like, wait a minute, how come no one is here? It just doesn't feel quite right, does it?
Right. daviG got way more mileage in this position than he should have. That absolutely should have been a trade every day of the week, and at some point, you're going to be kicking yourself for not finding it. Just took a little too long there, but a nice proactivity from Deaths also to get into that flank position. That was probably just some insurance, even if he doesn't get to. But Alex taken down. Nice shot from Henny. He's going to press the issue, move on forward. He's at least choking off this position, but it looks like his teammate might have mollied him out. The pocket molly does end up burning. And is this boost going to be heard? Okay, it doesn't even seem to matter. Through the smoke, mopoz finds 1, still looking for more. But now, Movistar, this is generally a favorable retake position.
Yes.
4-on-3, and these Ts, they're pretty much trapped in the long and short side.
Fortunate for them that there's no Molotovs on the CT side, because otherwise some of these positions would be so easy to burn out. But at the very least, they don't have to deal with that. I still agree, though. There's not a lot of real estate for them to really stand on, so they need to win the early fights. And there's a good one. Wallbang from Dumal. Barton. Great transfer to take down Damage. And SunPayus on his own right now. Suddenly, it's a 1 versus 3, and he's never going to have a chance here. Barton with a brilliant round, 9-6 in favor of Movistar. That is a fantastic way to end the first half. GODSENT is still in it. We can still see a third map, but we'll have to see if they can actually do it in the second half. It's coming right up.
Hey Future Pros! Taking mid as a T can open so many options while playing Ancient. Throwing mid smokes from spawn is quick, but also means you could be locked out if the CT's utility is on point. But
I think 6 rounds on the T side is pretty impressive for GODSENT. I think they're in a good position right now to actually win this map.
You're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
With how things started for them, not winning the pistol round. We'll see if GODSENT are able to find a pistol here. It would definitely bolster their chances of success in taking us to a third map. Movistar Riders going for a heavy lane approach. Taco wants to see what he can find. Does spot 2 out. Backs on up though. Both teams actually back on off.
Yeah, he realized they're not running anymore. Could hear the footsteps fading away. Mopoz getting a bit close with the Glock, flashed into the bomb site, checking the corner. Taco's there. Oh, if he wins this fight, it would be a big one, but he's running out of bullets. What is going on? He's finally going to hit the headshot, but that took so long. That's some impressive dancing coming out of Taco. Working those hips right there. Yes, trying to follow it up, and he's going to find the headshot on Dumal. This is an all-out chaotic round so far. Penny, he's going to find a headshot on Damage. You need have enough bullets left. Yeah, they're going to pick them apart now. It's down to SunPayus 1 versus 2, and he gets taken down. Lado, strong start here, and GODSENT, they needed it.
There was a lot of ammunition spent in this round. That was that all took so long. I'll say this: the thing about that fight between Taco and Mopoz to kick things off, that took so long that GODSENT recognized that there's only one person that's actually here on this B-bomb site. So the rotation was quick, and if you don't sell that fake hard, it is very okay, those bullets are just passing right through him. Taco's in the Matrix, and he's dodging everything.
Can we add a dub of Hips Don't Lie on top? Might be a...
I actually edited a music video to that. It was for an editing community college course.
Were you featured in it as well?
No, we used some, I don't know, like...
I was hoping so bad there was footage out there.
Some actress from the college just was dancing.
All right.
And we just had to put some editing techniques.
So we have the skills available, is what you're saying. We can do it ourselves.
Yes, yeah.
Fair enough. Grouped up outside of the A-bomb site is Movistar, and they have a lot of firepower actually. Galil's all over the place. They're up against mostly FAMAS and a scout, but this could definitely work. Boost up onto that tree. We'll see if they're going to be able to find that quick enough. It's a decent defense here. Nice lineup. Dumal able to pick up a couple there. Barton very low. He's already tagged up. I'm impressed he's sticking around, and maybe a little bit too much. 3 on 3, and it should be a bomb plant, and potentially could be a tricky retake here for GODSENT.
It won't be an easy one. Oh, that nade does make things easier. Now the number advantage lies with GODSENT. They'll wait for the smoke, play things out textbook. No need to rush. Although they don't have a kit, so may need to speed up the tempo. SunPayus looking for the timing, but Henny takes him down. They do have a couple smokes, and Alex, he only has the Tech 9, but that might just be enough. He gets another kill onto Taco, now has to look for the spam. Lato, there's no kit. Reminder, this is gonna be a long 10-second defuse, and Alex just can't find the shot. That is gonna be it. GODSENT will steal the round away, and Alex, he's gonna have to look at that one back. He wants to see that X-ray.
It's so upsetting. Oh, man. Yeah, 10-second defuses are pretty rare. Tech9 has plenty of bullets, but he just couldn't guess the angle.
Just was really committed to that right side for some reason. Maybe there was a call. Maybe there was maybe they thought he tagged him at one point.
Yeah, just didn't have quite the mental image inside of his brain about where he could have been. Even with the knife, he's
still committed to the right. Man, GODSENT, with the skin of their teeth, stay alive. But Movistar, they don't want to give up the economy battle just yet. Alex, oh, is he going to suspect this? This is such a cheeky play from Taco. Sitting right in this smoke. Catches Alex off guard. Outbrained.
Huge play. That little window, that 10-second defuse, that could easily be the door left open for GODSENT to win this map. That's how CT side of this can get. So
Yes.
if it all hinges on that at the end, if we go back and we do the analysis and we say, man, if he'd hit that Tech 9 shot, maybe they finish this in a 2-0 fashion, but instead could easily go the other way. That would be really heartbreaking. I like Movistar keeping up the pressure, obviously, to get the bomb plant. They keep trying to see if they could attack GODSENT here. Why wouldn't they? Although this is a pretty good B lean right now, which I feel like is more common, although we didn't see it so much for Movistar on the first. They had Alex alone in B. I feel like a lot of teams will do this, where they almost have 3 people leaning towards the B bomb side most of the time.
Right, but we just see 2 from GODSENT in Lato and Henny. They don't even have much utility to work with either. We do get the rotation back from Taco. The hit seems to be coming out. Lato wants to face it head on, only takes down 1. Now Taco, he's behind the main pillar. And Death's nice headshot to open things up, evens up the situation up.
More rotations are coming because they know everyone is here. That's kind of the power of going for that flash in towards the B ramp. You know that they're out there. And Henny and Barton coming up with a couple of kills. mopoz on his own, trying to see if he could find it, but he is simply out of time. 8 seconds right now on the clock, and he's going to be found. Nice shot from Barton, and good on GODSENT, I would say. Even if they probably would have wanted more out of that B ramp flashbang than the 1 kill, it's like, yeah, but you get that at 30 seconds, and there's a second player there. You're pretty confident they're coming B at that point.
There's info gained by that.
Yep.
You know where the hit's likely going to be coming. And yeah, even though Taco falls, they still have good positioning. And that's the thing about Ancient, though. A lot of the times you can do a proactive play, and your fallback plan is just have a guy at this kind of long V2 angle, and it just works out. It's so powerful, and a little bit unfortunate for Movistar that there was a gap in it, and Henny was able to abuse that. Single smoke from mopoz. Good amount of utility from Deaths. Going to be seeing those roof flashes come out. Barton, he's trying to find a position right now in the middle of an execute. This might not work out for him. Oh, man, he is really wishing he got into that site earlier.
We've all been there. You're just having a great day in that A-bomb site, and suddenly it's not the sun shining on you, it's a flashbang instead, and it just all goes horribly wrong. Davy down and out. Still a 4-on-4, and this time they do at least have defuse kits, so they can be a little bit more careful here, GODSENT, in trying to get the retake in. Alex, that's a great flick to take down Taco. Impressive switch aim coming on there, but Dumao able to get it back in. A double kill for him, and they're going to be able to clear out the bomb site, so a little bit of panic maybe initially, but a good recovery. The pressure, I mean, they keep it on Movistar. Every round they seem to be doing some kind of damage. They keep getting the bomb down. So they have so much money to work with, and GODSENT's economy is all the time under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, that's always gonna be nice. Okay, jumping Glock burst. I like the options that SunPayus just flexed with the Glock right there. Double Glock burst into the single semi-automatic shots. That's pretty stylish. That's pretty cool. Along with the bunny hopping out there, probably one of the little highlights of the round. And hopefully it's not the last highlight for Movistar. You're gonna be fighting back with full utility, full weaponry, and some early lane presence. GODSENT, they've got Lato in the cave, so he'll be taking up the Phelps duties. And that's nice to see. It seems like that's consistent with how he was playing that T side.
Lato very aggressive. Always feels very dangerous when people start doing that. You're shooting basically at one angle, and the amount of angles that can be fired back at you, it's like 7 different angles that they can just start shooting from. But in the end, nothing really much happens.
I'm surprised mopoz doesn't fire back. I feel like on Nuke, they were shooting through every smoke and wall they could.
Yeah.
But no, they just want to go for the calculated cave control. That might be the safer option. And okay, GODSENT, they've got 2 players now there. mopoz, he's going for the jiggle peek in, looking for that fight. Dances with Taco, and he wins that one. Lado's up close, takes down mopoz, but he can't find the second. Davy G gets the trade. Now Henny, he's pressured back into long. He's gonna flash Dumao in. This is, oh, it misses. The flash misses the mark, but Dumao still wins the fight. Still is able to stay alive. Oh, a smoke at the feet. Gonna isolate the Movistar players. No way, Dumao is finding so much here. And Henny's still behind this smoke.
Dumao essentially baited into a really bad fight by a failed flashbang, and he still gets a double kill. Good leg shot there. Alex already low. They get another bomb plant here. And it's impressive right now for Movistar. They're getting so many rounds back-to-back where they get bomb plants. They're in this pretty close 3v3s, 2v2s. It's a great look, but if they can't win the rounds, eventually GODSENT will just build more and more rounds, and it's eventually going to just run out of space here. Henny with a good kill on Alex, and now it's Death on his own. And he's going to get taken down. Henny started to wake up. That was his 13th kill. It's another really close round, but it's GODSENT that pick it up, 11-9.
Very nice retake from Henny there.
Yeah.
But gotta give a lot of props to Dumao. The way he was able to battle on that bomb site and find 2 kills. There was a fake utility support flash coming out, but then that smoke that actually landed at the top of ramp, that delivered him another frag. So gotta give some credit. But this is really nice from Henny. The pushing in with the op, these are pretty quick shots. That's very nice to see. And yeah, he had a very quiet Nuke. Even the way that this game started too, he was sitting on 0 kills for a handful of rounds. So it's great to see him come alive here, because we know that this is what GODSENT was looking for. Kassad said it, I'm saying it, a lot of people were saying it, that they need a primary opper. They can't keep playing this juggling op game. And if Henny's the one you get, with how well he played for Fury, if you can get back to that, man, GODSENT, their ceiling definitely raises.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to argue against. And I think you made this point really well earlier, and if people missed it, I mean, this idea of having the AWP otherwise switched out between a bunch of different players is probably not optimal in the long run. So yeah, that takes some pressure off of everyone else on top of it. In the middle, they're quick to put out the Molotov there. The CT side trying to see if they can fight it around it a little bit. Alex not really guessing anyone for the smoke, but again, the pressure just round after round here for Movistar. They just need a little bit of an opening. Look at the money on GODSENT for having won how many, like 3 or 4 rounds in a row here. They probably should have way more cash, but they don't at the moment.
There has been
5 in a row.
A lot of economic pressure on them. But Movistar aren't able to find anything early on, and they burned a lot of the utility that they have in order to practically achieve nothing. Yeah, they just have to back up to a bomb site. All right, little clear towards cave. And that is one of their last flashes to try to sell a fake towards ramp. This is becoming really dire for Movistar, because Barterton is on this A site, primed and ready, alongside Taco.
Yeah, this is going to be very tough, but what an opening. Again, they had 1 flash, 1 smoke, but they get that opening headshot. Damage picking it up. GODSENT caught out. Even though he got that 1 kill, he really cannot escape back into the tunnels behind him. Henny, very important kill, and mopoz will fall him into the ground as well. It's Dumao to pick up that one. So suddenly, it kind of works out for GODSENT anyway, but I've got to be honest, the opening here is really scary. They got away with a lot from having almost no nades at all, and they could still win the round. Movistar now bomb down once again, and another 2 versus X situation that should have maybe found that kill. It looked like Death had enough time to pull the trigger, but Dumao able to pick him up instead. Alex on his own, needs the lineup, needs a really quick double right here, and it's not going to happen. Henny will take him down, and it's going to be 12 on the side of GODSENT.
That's just one of the problems with that post-planet A. If you don't have numbers, there's only so many spots you can be, and none of them are honestly that powerful. That's one of the few that they were able to use. Important shot from Henny to take down SunPayus, and it was a worrying sign to see how sort of simple it looked for Movistar to get into the site. They won a duel against Taco, 1-0, and then Barton was only able to go 1-1 on the site itself, and yet there was no conversion. But that's sort of what happens when you just kind of dry contact onto a bomb site. You don't have the utility to keep up a strong post plan, and they didn't take any sort of forward positioning. They played back, and again, Ancient, it's not kind to people in post plans.
It's crazy. They've won 6 in a row, GODSENT. 5 of them have been defusers. At most, they've had 3 people alive in 2 out of those 6 rounds. So they're really struggling. I mean, in some ways they are struggling, but at the same time, mentally for Movistar, it's got to be frustrating too, right?
Feels so close so many times.
Yeah, almost making it. I like this. Couple of Molotovs to push them back while they do the boost that would normally happen on the CT side. Very aggressive, hard to read if you're on the CT side. You could see Barton not quite ready for it, and he's going to go down. Big opening, and it creates another opening on the other side of the map. Dumao spotting it out. Free kill for him. That is really unfortunate, and they lost a player on the A side at the same time. Dev sneaking in. That's one good kill, but the follow-up is there. Lado able to get that one done. It's another 2 versus 3. Once again, we're back.
Familiar territory. SunPayus presses on forward, wins the duel against Lado. Now it's a 2-on-2. Things get interesting here because this retake becomes very difficult unless Henny wins this upcoming duel. Misses the shot, but he doesn't miss the second. SunPayus can't take him down. Now Alex, he doesn't have a lot to work with, but they didn't smoke off his angle just yet. Taco has another smoke. He's gonna put that one down. Henny taps the bomb. Oh, almost found the timing there, Alex. But wait a second.
He almost...
Bomb is very close.
Yeah, the bomb is inside of the smoke.
Oh, okay, all right. All right.
That is scary. He could have lost the bomb in the smoke right then and there.
Yes. Just a few ticks, and that's all it would have taken. Once again, though, Movistar, that is their 6th post plant, and they're unable to come up with the goods.
Yep. And we should mention again, think about that one Tech9 10-second defuse, how much has been built behind it. Oh, this is painful.
The slimmest of margins, but GODSENT, they continue to come out on top.
Yes, they do. Their money isn't really improving, but I mean, they have what they need for the rounds, so I guess it keeps working. Round after round. We'll see. Movistar have essentially all of the right ideas. I mean, if you were to tell me that we're going to watch a game where Movistar could get into essentially, 6 2v2s or something in a row on the T side, say, yeah, what a great opening. If we could start the rounds like that, we're going to take that every single time. But you win none of them somehow.
Yeah, that probably means the game plan's working out pretty well for Movistar. It's just execution in those late round moments, not quite there for them. But credit to GODSENT for having some good retakes and some excellent composure in these high pressure moments. This is I think sort of what Yanko was alluding to, just the player quality. It is quite high for GODSENT, at least in respect to this matchup. There are some dudes here with great experience. Taco and Henny, of course, but nice flash, good timing, sets up Lado. And that's key. That's key. Those just down the stretch moments.
Yeah, it's proven to be worth a lot. And you could see now that Henny is back in play. He's got 17 kills. Huge difference from what was happening on Nuke. He's having such a huge impact on this game now. Instead, Dumao boosted up and a good swing. So a nice 1-2 punch coming out there. Barton spotting the bomb surely and calling it in. So the more time passes, only 10 seconds left as well. Even if they get a kill on him there, it's probably a little bit too late to try and do a lot here. And they're going to run out of time simply backing out. So it's going to be 14 on the side of GODSENT. And one of the more convincing rounds for GODSENT where there's no bomb plant here. A chance to breathe a little bit.
Yes. This is a weird state of affairs for the money of Movistar, as they have 2 players that save. They have 3 guys that don't really want to fully invest, and now they have to consider their options in terms of what the buy should be. They do decide to just buy up, even out the money, but we'll see if that comes back to bite them. Or maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Who knows? Sometimes that Deagle, that entry speed is all you need in order to shake things up just enough to upset the balance.
He's been playing well, Death, so maybe...
They might not suspect Alex right now. He's gotten into very advanced position at mid, and it feels like GODSENT are just peeling off from it entirely.
If they get the opening and anyone wants to rotate through middle, that might be very hard to read. Barton, nice smoke, or nice Molotov on top of him. He has to fall back from that position. Taco trying to defend it, but he can't really escape. Barton, though, still alive, and Alex, that was the deep play that they needed. They had to make that work. It is a cool idea, I think, but he overplayed his hand maybe slightly. Now it's all down to the Deagle headshots. He needs another 3 of them, basically, in a minute. He can play around with it. He's picked up a Galil in the meantime. But this is about to be 15 rounds for GODSENT. They've locked down this second half, and it's not like Movistar haven't had a lot of chances and opportunities to change the course of history here, but they just can't.
It's been flawless from GODSENT so far.
Crazy.
Some very close rounds, but they haven't dropped a single one on their defense. Very well done by GODSENT. And yeah, that Alex push, it felt like that could have been the key to success, but just didn't quite find the timing. And maybe swinging into the angle, there's a debate there to be had, whether maybe just hold to contain the rotations or actually try to cut them off actively.
Yeah, it's very hard to say, isn't it? Here we go. 25th round. And GODSENT 1 round away from putting it onto a 3rd map, which would be on Mirage. I'm really excited. I hope we get to see that. It looks like we will. A bit of an attempt. Dumao probably feeling super confident right now. mopoz is going to end up finding him. So 4 on 5. But they're pretty close to rotating. If they stick around like this, they could go through middle. They found mopoz, so it's back into a 4 on 4. There's actually so little map control right now for Movistar, in spite of getting the opening kill.
They're completely contained, and Taco, nice shot onto Alex. All 3 Movistar players are in lane. They're stuck right now. There's smokes all around them, and unless they're given a gift in terms of a frag, this is going to be so hard to battle out of. Okay, that might be something. Taco falls. Not a lot to work with for Movistar in terms of their positioning, but 3 on 3, this is probably one of their better opportunities.
Bart's in a very forward position. Yeah, he's going to be able to hear them. A little bit of a peek there. I'm not even expecting it. Nice kill there. They have to slow down and follow it up, and it gives time towards CT spawn. Lano is already there. Henny kind of getting a little bit closer. It's another 2 on 2. And they haven't been able to win one of these at all in the second half. Every single time it's been GODSENT picking it up. What a punishing map this has been all of a sudden. It's all been there. They've pretty much had all the pieces to put the puzzle together, but it's not been enough just yet. SunPayus with a nice shot there and a spray down, and finally they were able to pick up a round in the second half. They had to eventually win one of those 2v2s, and they left it very, very late in the hour to actually do it.
8 HP and 1 bullet away from a flawless GODSENT half to send us to Mirage, but nope, SunPayus keeps on fighting. And this felt like, in terms of positional advantage, one of the best rounds for GODSENT. It's just a couple individual liberties being taken there early on from Dumao pushing through the smoke, Taco taking that fight down the lane, and it gives Movistar a little bit of a lifeline, but it's still such an uphill battle, and one that GODSENT, with all the previous data we've seen, they should be good for this.
And they lose 1 round and they're saving.
That's true. Yeah, that's another point.
Movistar must be thinking, man, if we could have had this round 5 or 6 rounds ago, it would have been such a different game. Oh, man. 2 on 5. They're at least going to get to 11 here. Madness happening in front of your very eyes. Inside of the smoke, like a maniac, flailing the knife around. Somebody getting this man under control.
There's got to be a horror film with a guy with a knife in a cave, such as that.
Yeah.
But I think the killer in that would have been a little bit more accurate with his swings.
Just a crazy person in a cave. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If not, we can write the script.
I think most cave movies that are horror films usually either have a monster or it's like man versus self.
Yeah, there are some pretty horrific ones that I've seen that involve. But I also have. There's just a common human fear of being stuck in a cave.
Yeah,
no one wants that. Ooh, look at this. Alex challenging the fire and flames, running up the ramp, and he's gonna run right in. He could deal with the fire, but not that AWP of Henny. mopoz though, able to take down Henny in return, trying to get the bomb plant down. But what a push from Taco. That might just be the map-winning move right there.
That's huge. That is a bold play coming out from Taco. Works out fantastically, and now the bomb is really, it feels like you cannot retrieve this. They have a single flash to try to break this whole thing open. And B, Bombsite Ancient is notorious for how ridiculously powerful the crossfires can get. Taco staying incredibly cheeky, just sitting in the smoke, and he wants to finish things himself. Can't blame him.
I actually love that from Taco. That's some of the individual quality that the desk were talking about going into this map. It's like, yeah, I know that you're not going to expect me to still be here, and they definitely didn't. Death's on his own, 1 versus 4. This is a really, really cool way to end it for GODSENT on this map, and obviously bring us onto a third one as well. There's not much Death can really do. He doesn't have the bomb, doesn't have any teammates or anything else. He needs GODSENT to make 3 or 4 mistakes in a row, basically. It's
catastrophic errors need to be seen here. I can't. Yeah, GODSENT have this. GODSENT absolutely have this. We will be heading to Mirage as soon as Deaths decides to let this smoke fade. Nope, gonna throw his pistol right through it. Barton finishes things off, and GODSENT are able to move us to a third.
Yeah, very confident stuff there. That is so cool, and it shows you, they got 6 rounds in the first half, and that proved to be enough. They were able to hold on. They made it through the scary Tech9 10-second defuse round.